What is happening, y'all? Welcome on back. Let's see how things wrap on up. Conclusion.
Sate. あとは任せてわしらは戻ろう。
Leave what to me?
また様子見に来るね。
We're just leaving me in this like abandoned, burned down village? What is happening? I mean, it's not burned down, I guess. It's pretty. I don't know. It's like the origin. Remote Mountain Village. Alright, looks like it's not over yet. This is the start of the game, right? I believe so? It looks very similar. Yeah, yep. This is the start of the game. Yeah, it is mostly burned down. See, I wasn't that far off base. This is where we fought the tiger. This was blocked off before, though. Battlefield is available. The Crouching Dragon roars. That's what I'm on right now. Dang, rank 8, rank 9 leather. Only 1 and 2 though. Genuine key crystal. I think those are the ones that are worth like 30,000 a pop. We'll take a look at those after we find out what happens here. I mean, there's got to be a battle. They wouldn't have thrown us up to 20 fortitude if there wasn't a battle about to happen. Oh, he's still alive. Ooh, whiff that deflect. No! Oh, the grab. Oh, wow. Do a little invisible flash steps. No! Ah, man, I'm really bad at dodging that one. And look at how much spirit he builds up when he does that. I'm dead. I don't think he has a particular element here, either. Seems like he has just all the elements, all 5 phases. Oh, oh, wow. Wow, 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 wow. Earth was doing really well, though. So it locks their like, low key, I think. So it's always going to be a 1-2. Nope. Ah, man. I really struggle to stop that one ability. That one, I mean, that was getting me in my actual fight with him, too. He is really quick. We play like these. Oh, he like got his own. Okay. Okay, that's kind of annoying. Bro, stop. Stop with this counterattack shit. Gonna charge at me? No, every time, man. Parry the sun. Let him cook. Damn, that's a proper ass celestial dragon.絆を信じて戦い続けるあなたの勇姿を見て私は心を決めました。この目は開くべきだと。
つの喜ぶ顔が目に浮かぶわ。お前がいれば100人力だ。
共に兄者のために尽力しようぞ。
なあ。
ここに改めて誓おう。我ら心を同じくして助け合い、困窮する者を救わん。上は国家に報い、下は民を休んずるために。方角来た。放て。
鍛え上げたようだな、黄金。
はっ。敵は皆川底に沈むでしょう。次の目標へ移動。
So I wonder if each of the DLCs, it's going to be like one for each of the kingdoms. I mean, that would make sense. One for Shu, Wu, and Wei.
次は南とかまた忙しくなるな。新しく入った芝居というものの検索らしい。
禁じられた力か。
And that's a wrap. So like I was saying earlier, the UG is actually based on a real person. Taoist priest who lived during the Eastern Han Dynasty of China. As a Taoist clergy, he helped to cure the disease of many people and saved lives. He was widely respected in Wu County and Huajin. This caused Sun Si to become jealous of his fame and reputation amongst the people. He was eventually executed by Sun Si under the pretext of confusing the people's heart. How messed up is that? That the main bad guy was actually just like a healing bro. Oh man. Anyway, so yeah, this is since I had a chance to beat this pre-launch, I will have a proper review when the review embargo goes down, and that will include impressions of like what the new game plus cycle is like and whatnot. But initial impressions of getting through this are pretty favorable. Definitely a little bit of performance quirks on PC, like the shader issues. The persistency of that was pretty annoying, like the constant white flashing. I mean, I played through it fine, but you know, I prefer my games to not have constant white flashes. I think the level design and enemy variety were also a little bit lacking. Like, I mean, Nioh 1's enemy variety was pretty weak, and they expanded upon it a lot in Nioh 2. And in terms of enemy variety, this feels like we went back towards Nioh 1, where there's fairly limited enemy variety. You know, like your soldiers, you had your. So if we just look at the regular soldiers, you know, we're not going in depth into all the weapons, but you had regular soldiers. You had the assassin-y type dudes that had the dual blades. You had the big dudes and kind of the heavy cavalry that had the spears. In terms of your other bad dudes, your demonic soldiers, you know, we had the axe one or the hammer one, whatever you want to call it, and then you had the dual glaives one. Like, I don't know, I feel like they could have done more with the enemy variety. Bosses overall were pretty good. I do think it would have been. So this is more of a nitpick, but personally, I think bosses should have had like different names. You know, like for a good example is like we fight Lu Bu, and then we fight Lu Bu after he is buffed with his spirits. Like that episode I called like Zihei Lu Bu because it's him fused with his divine beast, which I think makes more sense because, like, you know, you're not just fighting Lu Bu, you're fighting Lu Bu fused with his spirit, and especially from the perspective of you know, people trying to look up health of bosses. You know, like imagine you're playing the game, you're stuck on Lu Bu, and you're like, oh man, Lubu boss fight Wolong, and instead of getting the Lubu fight at Oolong Pass, which is the one that, you know, where it was us and the gang versus him, you get the Lubu fight at the end of the game, where it's like Mega Giga Chad Lubu fused with his horse, you know? You'd be like, whoa, what the? Like, that's a big spoiler. So I think just having proper nomenclature around the bosses, or giving them a name that, you know, involved their fusion with their beast would have been nice. But that's not like going against the score of the game. The enemy variety though was kind of lacking. Like the bosses, not the enemy variety. And then like I mentioned with the levels, I think part of it is because a lot of these levels were essentially battlefields. They were just, you know, battlefields in ancient China. And so you had a lot of like forts, like especially towards the end of the game. I feel like a lot of the stuff we were tackling forts, and so you had a lot of just kind of square buildings slapped down. And it is what it is, and not all of them were like that, but it was definitely pronounced. Music I think was good. Combat I think was good. Very, very, very smooth in terms of the deflects and the attacking. And the system's actually, it's pretty simple. Compared to Nioh, it's very simple. But I like the idea of, essentially, we have lights and heavies, and our lights can empower our heavies through our spirit, and then our spirit can be used to either, you know, dump out more wizardry or martial arts or whatever, like, you know, building our spirit gauge all the way up into the high blue, and then being like, let them cook, and being like, boom, 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 and putting down, you know, 5 stacks of a firewall, essentially, that, or firestorm, whatever it was. That was awesome. That was really cool. And I really, really liked that shift. Whereas in Nioh, you know, it was hard to play a magic build in Nioh because you were constantly just running out of talismans. And here, on the other hand, you know, as long as we kept attacking, we had talismans. But there's that damn white flash again.
まだ勇気を感じるから。あなたも来る。
私はここに残ります。天命が見えるこの目で時代を切り開くために。
I wonder if they're gonna tie him in to be some character, like Sima Yi or something. We're getting some DLC previews. Battle on the river. I'm trying to remember what it's called. It's not Chengdu. Is it? Wait, that might be it. Is that Chengdu? Battle of Chengdu. No, that's Liu Bei's takeover of the Yi province. I'm trying to remember the river battle. That was a really, really famous battle. The Three Kingdoms era. I want to say they took empty ships and sent them in as like traps and then lit them on fire. It was a whole very, very strategic battle. Yinglong's Jade through swearing an oath. Been bested with protection of the divine beast Yinglong due to your strong bonds. Okay, some good stuff. And do we just go back to the map now? Where do we go? But yeah, I mean, overall combat was really smooth, and like I was saying, the overall system was very, very it's very simple. On a surface level, it's an incredibly simple system. You know, we have attacking, and as we attack, we just build up spirit. And we use that for heavy attacks, we use that for martial arts, we use that for wizardry. And so the only real consumables you have are like your ranged weapons, which I think that's fine. So I really liked that. That was a really nice system. I liked the leveling a lot. I really like the leveling. I think the leveling is super simple here. Like just you know, the fact that anything you leveled, no matter what, they tried to make this game super beginner friendly, and I think they did a great job at that, because like we're at 560 right now on health, you know, but let's say we wanted to do a wood build instead, you know, wow, wood really pumps the health. Okay, so way more health, but the point is, like, it didn't feel like I was struggling on health. Let's see how other stuff would work. So you're gonna get about the same. So wood just happens to scale really well with health. Lots of extra health. What about metal? Okay, so everything is gonna raise your health. Wood just happens to raise it a little bit more. But you know, the fact that like you can really level however you want here, and it's you're gonna do okay. You know, we started off with metal. We moved away from it because I wasn't worried about the spirit consumption rate, and instead we went with fire, which, even though it's martial arts, it ended up working very well for our build, and we ended up really just kind of pumping the damage out. So there's some really nice changes that are kind of in this game, because in Nioh, I mean, God, I remember all the different soft caps in Nioh. Like, well, you want to have at least this much body and at least this much ki, and you want to go up to this much to have Omyo and this much to have ninjutsu for your tools. And then you want to focus on your main stat, focus on your off stat, and it was all over the place, man. It really was all over the place. So we'll go to the travel real fast. Unlock the difficulty Rising Dragon. Change via change difficulties. This raises the enemy's maximum morale rank and increases mission difficulty while making it easier to obtain rare 5-star items and equipment with new effects. So yes, we do have Rising Dragon, and I'm guessing, just looking at this, it looks like it is, it looks like it's very similar to how it works in Nioh, where, you know, you have to complete a certain amount, and then it's gonna probably unlock like 4, 5, and 6 or whatever, so you're able to shoot through a bunch of side quests still that I can go after. So it's good to see that that gameplay loop is there. I'm not going to jump into that right now, but it's good to know that it exists, because that's a big part of it. I guess, well, should I just jump in and do one? No, this video is about to wrap up. That's a stream thing anyway. Crouching Dragon, Rising Dragon. Okay. Overall, I'd probably put this at like a, I don't know, 4 to 5, 8 out of 10. I'd recommend it, but like, honestly, performance needs to get cleaned up a little bit on PC. It's you know, same as when Elden Ring came out. I wasn't happy with the performance, and I think that the same is true here. I think the performance needs to be cleaned up a lot. And then on top of that, it's, you know, it's minor things. I think you know, the enemy variety, the environment variety, like some areas like this for the hub is beautiful hub space, but some are better than others. And there's a lot of like little things in this game. Like, I mean, God, it took us so long to just realize, yeah, you can literally just travel anywhere you want at any time. Like, to me, it wasn't clear, and I think it's because they just push you into the next mission. That because of that, that's why it wasn't clear. So there's definitely little things on like UI. Like, I mean, another perfect example, you know, and this is all stuff that we discovered in Nioh over time, but the fact that like I had to remove a special effect to even see that damage amplification on wizardry was something I could pick up on a helm. Otherwise, I never would have known. I would have just been like, okay, you know, because I saw it unlock when I salvaged everything, but I didn't know what it would go on. Checked weapons, didn't go on weapons. Checked a couple pieces of armor, didn't go on there. And then I found damage reduction on reflect and damage amp on wizardry, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, those are useful. So, you know, a little bit of cleanup in the forging system. And I know this is very nitpicky stuff, but considering how beginner friendly they're trying to make this game with like the 5 elements and how everything is going to raise health, any real build here is going to be viable. You know, the gear customization, as opposed to like the rolling system that we have in Nioh, it's like just pick your perks. That's all really good. That's all excellent design, and it's stuff I like. But if we're going to do that, elaborate on the perks. Elaborate, you know, like, oh, with your, you know, with your helm, you can have 1 green, 1 red, 1 purple. or something, or explain that certain things are gonna be, you know, like if I hit this, have a little thing unique to gloves. You know, no reason they couldn't do that. So little minor things there, but all in all, this is definitely a great game. Personally, I think I might still like Nioh 2 more. Nioh 2 was really, Nioh 2 was like magical to me. I mean, that was like, oh, but I did thoroughly enjoy this, and I'm sure I'm gonna enjoy the walkthrough and everything else. It's a really fun game, and if nothing else, hopefully this eases other people into this style of game. It'd be great. So either way, we're gonna wrap things up. This has been a fun Let's Play. Obviously, the walkthrough is the next series that may have already started by now. I don't know, because I have a newborn on the way. So by the time this series is out, I don't know. I have a little girl that's going to be born soon, and it's either going to be right in the middle of this series or right around the end of it. So I'm trying to like front load episodes here. So we'll see what happens. But thanks for tuning in, y'all. Appreciate y'all watching, and yeah, I'll see you next time.